Múin 5. Inspire, imagine, create.
Started sewing, I suppose. I've grown up with it. My mum did an awful lot of sewing, and I'd say I started when I was about 3 or 4, making clothes for teddy bears and dolls and things. The first art that I learned kind of when I was a little bit bigger was embroidery, because that was something Mum always had in her hand or in the evening. We didn't watch television and we all did something, and that's stuck with me today. In about 2013 I decided to set up the Owl Tree, and I went into the local enterprise board, and I must say they were really supportive, because at that stage I had decided that I wanted to make memory blankets and fidget blankets for people with Alzheimer's, but the business has kind of grown slowly over time, and now my own daughter Emer is in it with me, and she's kind of picked up the same skills that I did from my mum. The memory blankets and fidget blankets are only one side of it. We've also concentrated on making gifts for children, and we do patchwork blankets and fleece blankets with farmyard animals and different animals on them, owl cushions and teds in beds, with little teddies with handmade patchwork sleeping bags. The fidget blankets and the memory blankets are all custom made. How it works is people would contact me initially and ask me would I do it, and I'd say yes. They can put up to 9 photographs for a memory blanket on it, and they choose their 9 photos. It's kind of an opportunity to reminisce and to make contact with other people. On some of them there's also fidgets, because people with Alzheimer's, often their hands are very restless and they kind of keep fidgeting all the time. It appears to give them some kind of comfort. Some of the fidget blankets are themed to kind of maybe work related or industry or hobby, and this is one of for somebody that liked horses and maybe worked with horses a lot. And I've got things like the horseshoe nails that I've added to it because of the texture of them and the familiar feeling maybe that it will bring to somebody. Bits of leather, which might indicate kind of a whip if somebody had been a jockey, that it would just bring back memories to them and it would give them some comfort. There's also very often something like a zip on them, because their hands are so restless that they have to keep moving them all the time, and it appears to bring comfort. It seems to be the more simple the thing, the more comfort it brings. Maybe it's the familiarity of it, I'm not sure, but it's a very solitary thing to sit up here, and I do it from at home, to sit here and sew, but I must say I do lose myself in it, because I don't have the ability to visualize something finished, so I'm always amazed to watch it grow. The reason I picked the name The Owl Tree was because my mum loved owls, and there's so much of her involved in what we do. It just seemed like a logical name to call it The Owl Tree. It's short, it's easy to remember, and that's why I did it, picked it. The excitement is always there, and it's just a great pastime. And you can do it with very little, just a sewing machine and some fabric and a computer and a printer. Whenever I feel very stressed or agitated, the first thing I reach for is my sewing machine, and I just lose myself in it. I don't know, is it the colour? I love colours, and there's just an infinite amount of colours with fabric. Over the last few months during the lockdown, it's been really important to have a presence on social media. And again, I must go back to the layout, because I did a number of different courses on Facebook and Instagram and that type of thing in there. And it's been very, very useful because it has driven traffic to the website.
This video was brought to you by Creative Ireland, Local Enterprise Office Galway, the IDA West Region and Galway City Council. Múin 5. Inspire, imagine, create.